What the world needs now. Come on, everybody. Love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little love. The world needs now. Yo. Once again, it's on. Back at you one more again. Real Kens TV in the house like kitchen sinks. Now, before we get into today's video, understand that I'm the self-proclaimed Mr. 30 Minutes or Better. Meaning that anytime I drop a story, it's guaranteed to be 30 minutes or better. So if you're on your way to work, you're at work, you don't feel like being there, as we so often don't. You're on your way home from work, you need to laugh, you need to cry. Perhaps you're trying to lay down and take a nap. Or go to sleep at night, depending on whatever time you're listening or viewing this video. Or you're just in the mood for a good old-fashioned true, keyword being true, penitentiary / life story / life experience. This is the channel for you. If you don't prefer your 8 to 12 to 15 minute videos, or actually if you prefer your 8 to 10 to 12 to 15 minute videos, I'd mess that whole thing up. But guess what? We're not editing anything. Much love to you. But at Real Kens TV, it's 30 minutes or better. So with all that being said, with all that being wrapped up into one big old, nutshell that is, there is a message. Before we get into the actual video story of the day, y'all jump in the comment section. Let me know where you're chiming in from. I'm in Lexington, Kentucky. Let me know your city, your state, your hood, your set, whatever it may be that you represent. Let us know if you're the man or the woman that you say you be. You know, relationships get kind of weird, man. Oftentimes they get weird. They get crazy. You think that you know a person. You give your all to an individual. And this is not, I'm not shifting blame to the woman or the man. It's just in general. I'm generally speaking. You say, you know what, man, I'm done playing games. I'm going to give my all to this relationship. I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to keep everything 100. For y'all that don't know what 100 means, Urban Dictionary. I'm going to keep everything positive. I'm going to keep everything honest. Respectfully. And you go about doing these things. You give your all to a person, significant other, someone that you feel as though you're going to spend the rest of your life with, or potentially spend the rest of your life with. You just see things just go bad at some point, and it's like, how did we get here? Shit was all good just a week ago. How did we get to this point? It's a couple. I'm not going to use the real names. Typically don't use the real names. Every once in a while I will, but the story is real. You got Mary, 34-year-old. She's a black lady. No kids, never been married. And she's married to an ex-sheriff, retired sheriff, 59-year-old Danny. Danny has 2 daughters. As I mentioned, he's 59 years old. Had been married previously, if you will. He had been married for quite some time, over 20 years. I forget the exact amount of time, but I know it was over 20 years. And he was really, really, just trying to, he loved the married life. He loved the fact of having a woman, an actual wife. But he took some time after that divorce that he had, because it was such a, basically, his wife was cheating on him. He gave her several chances, or a couple chances, and she just wasn't going to stop, evidently. And so he left the marriage. And when I say over 20 years, I want to say, actually, when I really, really think about it, it was closer to 30 years. So he really took his time. He didn't really want to go out and date. He just kind of, dove into his job, engulfed himself into his, his work. His daughters, family members, close family members, they all encouraged him to date and was trying to, hook him up with different, women or what have you, but it just wasn't, it wasn't in him. I remember in the movie Django, And Calvin had the dude, well, Calvin didn't, but the dogs was chasing the dude, one of the slaves, and he was up in the tree. Come on out of that tree now. Come on. I just ain't got it in me no more, Mr. Show Candy. See, the dude that ran up the tree, he was one of the fighters that Mr. Show Candy, Calvin, had purchased for $500. He's a warrior, Mandingo warrior, man. He would fight other Mandingo warriors and they would bet. Essentially, I guess they were sports bookies back then, man. Y'all rock with me. He's telling him, come on out that tree now, boy. Come on out that tree. I ain't got it in me no more, Mr. Show Candy. Don't you go playing my soft heart. You see, the truth of the matter is, I paid $500 for 5 fights. So far, I've only got 3 fights out of it. Yes, sir, and I won every last one of them, Mr. Show Candy. Yes, you did. But that last one, you teetered between winning and losing. Anybody gonna give me my $500? I was looking around, nobody said nothing. The dentist. I will. Put the camera on Calvin. You will? I just threw that in. Mind me now. You know, from time to time, I'll throw in a movie scene. I'll throw in some lyrics. It might be country. It might be rap. It might be, I don't know. We 30 minutes or better, so just rock with me. Come on, kids, man. Get to the story, motherfucker. Rock with me, man. Lay back, kick your feet up, and relax. Have some fun, man. Goodness gracious. I know we live in a microwave world. But what about all the individual, the truck drivers, the healthcare workers, the people that's working on the factories, the people that's mopping and sweeping the floors, the people that's, flipping burgers and working the fry machines, and the people that's changing transmissions, and what about them? They want to hear these longer stories. A lot of them, I'm not going to say all of them, but a lot of them want to hear these longer stories because it helps their shifts go faster. I've had 3 individuals touch my heart, man, brought tears to my eyes. 3 individuals, real kins, man. You all my friends, so just refer to me as kins. But they say real kins, man. I do dialysis 3 times a week, 4 hours a day. I want to say it was 3 or 4 hours, 3 times a week. You just don't even understand how your stories just help me and motivate me and give me the strength to make it through. So keep posting these videos because I listen to you every single time that I do dialysis, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. By the time I listen to 2 or 3 of your stories, guess what? Dialysis is over with. And I can go about my day. See, that's what blesses me. That's what gives me the motivation. Motivation. Better get on your job. Motivation. That's what gives me the wherewithal to continue to do these longer videos, man. Because I'm for the people, man. I want to help the people. As I mentioned, there's nothing wrong with your shorter videos at all. It's just not what I choose to do, man. Got this individual, the sheriff, or whatever, the ex-sheriff. Very, very reluctant to meet anybody. His spirit is just damaged, man. He thought that this lady that he was with, he was going to be with her forever. Forever, forever, ever. Runs across a young lady. And it was instant sparks. They ended up hitting it off right off top. I'm going to just refer to him as the sheriff. He's a little hesitant. He's a little afraid. We all know how it is, like, once you've been in a relationship and it didn't go the way that you wanted it to go, it didn't end the way that you wanted it, well, you didn't want it to end, period. You're very, very hesitant. You're very, very reluctant in the next situation because, we all want to be happy. Who wants to be hurt? Sometimes you find yourself kind of backtracking. You with that person and it's like, this is too good to be true. It's getting late. Why you gotta be here beside me, watching, wanting, it's like You here with me, but why? But I'm afraid. I'm so scared that you hurt me. You know, you're afraid that this individual is going to hurt you because you've previously been hurt. But that person continues to just overwhelm you, you know, just continues to just show you that, you know what? I need to let my guards down. I need to give this person a chance. I need to give myself a chance at love. Now, you're not just coming with that determination on your own. No, you have other people around you. Girl, you better give yourself a shot at love. Girl, this man loves you. Girl, this man. Well, in this particular case, it's the dude. It's the sheriff. He gives himself another shot of happiness, of love. They're dating. Everything's cool after a couple years. They go on and tie the knot. They get married. At this point, when they get married, he's 59. Actually, yeah, he's 59. She's 34. No kids. She's from a small town. She meets all of his family. Mary meets all of the sheriff's family. They're from a small town. Well, the sheriff is from a small town just as well. And that's where she's currently residing at, you know, at the time that they were, married. As time went on, the happiness was there. Never had an argument, never had a fight. You know, everybody's going to have a disagreement, but they were totally happy. But there were some questions in the atmosphere. One of the sheriff's daughters said, "Dad, we love Miss Mary, but where's her family at? Like, when y'all got married, we didn't see any of her family. You know, holidays, we never see any of her family. Like, where's her family at?" Warranted questions. Warranted concerns. So warranted that the sheriff would go back and bring these things to his wife, Mary. Wouldn't necessarily say my daughters were wondering, but hell, he was wondering. He even offered, like, on holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, whenever, really, to drive her to her hometown and you know, so that she could meet her family or meet up with her family and be around her family, but she always declined. You see, the sheriff noticed that she never spoke about her childhood. We all tell stories, man. When I was a little girl, when I was a little boy, this happened, that happened, or whatever. She never spoke about those things, as I mentioned, and she typically deflected. She deflected from those things whenever it came up. Didn't cause strife in their relationship. You know, the sheriff just felt as though, because he did work in law enforcement for, 30 years. And so he felt as though, 30 years plus. So he felt as though, you know what, perhaps she has some drama and traumatic things that took place, and she doesn't care to discuss these things. So I'll give her time. I'll allow her to tell me about her childhood and her family and things of that nature when she's ready to. I'm not going to pressure her. Only thing I know is I'm happy. I love this woman. She's not cheating on me. She's not. Everything is just kosher, man. You know how it is when you meet that special person and everything feels just so good, especially in the very, very beginning. Come on, fellas. Come on, ladies. You know how it is when you meet that special individual in the beginning. Can't wait to talk to him. Can't wait to hear from him. Can't wait to see him. You just love everything about this person. Even when you see things that you don't particularly like, it's like you overlook them because the admiration that you have for him is just like, okay, his feet may stink a little bit, but you know what? I can get past that. I can get past the stinky feet, you know. And And that's just an example or whatever. Because sometimes people's feet stink and they can't help it. That don't mean you're not clean because your feet stink. It just means we all have things that we deal with in life. Some people snore loud. Some people's feet stink. If you snore loud, keep your ass out of the penitentiary though. Keep your ass out of the penitentiary, period. But if you snore and you snore loud, definitely keep yourself out of the penitentiary. Because you might get your wig split. Respectfully. Y'all rock with me. They loved each other. 10 years in. 10 years into the marriage, man. This couple has never really even had an argument. Now, I know that I said that the sheriff was retired. Well, at the time that they met, he wasn't retired. But at this point, the 10-year mark, he was retired. Life is good. She had a little job or whatever. She didn't really have to work. The sheriff, he had like a little job and he would volunteer, but he was super straight. He had his pension, retirement or whatever. He had taken care of his money. He was straight. Life was good. As I mentioned, he had 2 grown kids. They would travel. They would just do things together, like just as that couple 10 years in. One day, his wife had went somewhere. I don't remember where Mary had gone that day. And the sheriff was doing, his daily duties, around the house. He would help out, clean up around the house or whatever. And so he was cleaning up and he was looking for something. Didn't have anything to do with his wife. He was in search of something. He goes into the closet or whatever. He's digging deeper. Again, what he's looking for has nothing to do with his wife, man. They have no issue, zero. He runs across a little lock box. Like the little beige lock boxes or what have you, gray, beige. What is this? I don't recognize this. He goes to open it, but obviously it's locked. It's a lock box. There's no keys around. He can't get into it. So he takes like a paper clip or something like that. The former sheriff or whatever. He puts it in the, in the lock or what have you, and he's able to pop the lock. Again, when he's doing these things, he's not trying to be intrusive. He's not trying to look for anything. He had nothing to suspect. But he was wondering, like, man, what is up with this box? Goes into the box, sees all type of documents and paperwork. There was a male name. I'm going to just come up with a male name. Fred Johnson. The heck is Fred Johnson? I'm trying to watch my cussing, man. I don't think YouTube's really pushing my videos out there because I think I've been cussing a little bit much. And that affects the algorithm, and YouTube won't push your videos when you cuss a lot. So I think that's why my views been down. So fuck that shit though, man. I got to be real, man. Real Kens TV, man. I do it for the people. I don't do it for the money. I like the money, but I don't do it for the money. Y'all rock with me. Fred Johnson. Looking through the documents. He's saying some things that he never ever could even fathom in his life. Hormone pills. Gender pills. I don't even remember all the correct terminology, but essentially he was seeing things that clearly showed that whoever Fred Johnson was was Fred Johnson initially, but it's not Fred Johnson now. Come on, kids, why you looping and tell us what it is? Tell us what it is. Fred Johnson was no longer Fred Johnson. Fred Johnson was a woman. He's digging deeper and deeper. He sees that Fred Johnson is his wife Mary. True story. True story. Mary was born a man. Born as Fred Johnson. At some point in her life, he felt as though he wanted to do the necessary things to transition over, and had the surgery, had all the necessary procedures, if you will, to become that woman that he always longed to be. Listen, I'm gonna keep it all the way real. I don't down anybody. A lot of people, they feel as though, come on, man, if you a man, you a man. A man's man, I'm a manly man. But we don't know how an individual is born. You know, I've talked to people, and sometimes a person, you born a boy, right? You born a boy, a baby. But as time goes on, you feel as though, I know that I'm a boy, but at heart I'm a woman. In your heart, you're a woman. A lot of people feel as though you can snap out of that. You can, listen, I don't know if you can, if you can't. I'm not here to judge but this is how Fred Johnson, aka Mary, felt. He was a boy, but in his heart, he was a woman. There was a show called Empire. And early on, Empire, it was, for you all that know, you know. If you don't, just Google it. Terrence Howard, he played like the main character as far as the big music exec. Kind of like a P. Diddy or something. He was like in charge, or actually, along with Taraji P. Henson, they ran a music company, owned a music company. They had, 3 kids. The oldest kid, actually, I want to say they had 2 kids. It wasn't 3, it was 2 kids. 2 or 3, I don't remember. It's been some years. But nevertheless, the oldest individual, he was the most talented. Could play music, could sing, could write. Charismatic, talented individual. He's a little kid, and he walks down the stairs one day. He comes down the stairs, and it was one of those situations, if you will. Hello. It was one of those situations in which the family was having like a family get-together. Friends, family, And the little kid at a young age, maybe 5 years old, just brought tears in my eyes, man. 5, 6 years old, 7. The kid walks down the stairs. And when he walks down the stairs, he got some high heel shoes on, some high heels on. Daddy was a gangster, Lucious Lyons, played by Terrence Howard. The wife, Cookie, played by Taraji P. Henson. They were some gangsters, man. They ain't play that shit. walks down the stairs with these high heels on, kind of swishing, switching. Lucious Lyons feels so humiliated, so disgusted, so snatches the kid up, takes him outside. The garbage can, they had the aluminum garbage cans with the top on them. Throws his kid, his son, man, his firstborn, in the garbage can, man. You ain't my son. Gay ass little nigga. I always looked at that scene because we all have gay people in our family. I don't got no problem with gay people. People are people to me. You gay, you gay. I mean, why do I care about if you gay? So what? So what if you zesty? So what? You like the same sex. What God said a lot of things. But yet, that don't stop people from doing it. You're not coming at me in that manner. So why do I care what you like? But it's all about perception. I can't be seen talking to this person because they're going to accuse... Man, if you secure within your man, if you secure and you know who you are, man, who cares, man? That's just the way that I view it. It's the way that I view it. Don't mean that you all have to agree. Don't mean that I'm trying to get you to agree, but I'm just saying that's the way that I view it. The point that I'm trying to make is this kid was 5-6 years old and was zesty. He was zesty at 5. But he didn't know the difference between being zesty and being straight and he didn't know. It's just his innermost led him to these exotic sort of thoughts and desires to put on high heel shoes. I ain't never put on no motherfucking... Oh, I'm not supposed to cuss. Fuck that. I ain't never put on no motherfucking high heel shoes when I was a kid. But guess what? Everybody's not the same, man. Y'all rock with me, man. Kick your feet back, man. We riding, man. If you riding, we riding, man. You on the highway? Getting money to fly away. But it's gotta be a better way. Better way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not to mock anybody with Tourette's or anything of the sorts. But I just have a propensity to just bust out and go into character mode or song mode. Nevertheless, these sort of things take place and happen on a regular basis. Lucious Lyons. So you got this sheriff. He's seeing all of these things. He's evaluating all of these things. I don't know. We might make a part 2 to this. I ain't really been sharing my videos, so guess what? People, hey, come on, kids, with that part 2 shit. Well, y'all share my videos, and I won't do a part 2. Share my videos, isn't it? I mean, you know what I mean? It takes a community. It takes a village. He's looking at this. Imagine. Y'all jump in the comment section and let me know. Your wife, your husband. But in this particular situation, I'm speaking to the men. You learned that your wife was born a dude and never said anything to you. Y'all been together, been married 10 years, been together for 11 and a half. Never said anything. I see the proof. I see the real, proof is in the pudding. Can't deny it. The sheriff is very, very upset, as to be expected. The sheriff feels as though he's been betrayed, lied to, deceived. However, maybe there's a glimmer of hope as far as an explanation to why I'm seeing what I'm seeing. Murray, his wife, comes home later that evening. Never said a word. Acted as though everything was just fine. Although it clearly wasn't. Everything was cool. Hey, baby, how you doing? How your day go? Same thing he would typically do. He's retired. He's at home. He got the house clean. He got, yeah, baby. I mean, his mind, he's furious inside. His brain he's ready to explode. He's fumigating. Is fumigating even the right word to use in this scenario? But if it's not, guess what? This is Real Ken's TV. So inside his mind, he's fumigating. I've been listening to Stephen A. Smith's bitch ass too much, man. That nigga's a bitch. True definition of a bitch. But at any rate, doesn't say anything because he's trying to digest. He's trying to figure out, how am I going to approach this? Is my wife a man? Notice I didn't say anything for a couple seconds because he was speechless. Okay, I'm gonna say something tonight. I can't. About a week had passed. I gotta say something. Breaks the bourbon out. He's an ex-sheriff, man, retired sheriff, plenty of money. Not rich, but he good. He comfortable. You got the expensive bourbon. You don't just have regular alcohol. Like, I go to the motherfucking liquor store and get me some, you know what I'm saying? I can't get the bourbon that he's getting or whatever. Like, give me some Hennessy, some Crown Royal, something like that. Amsterdam vodka, some shit, But nah, he got the expensive shit. Bottles, 2,000-3,000. As far as what they're worth, probably more than that. Nevertheless, he breaks a bottle of his exquisite bourbon out that he typically don't even drink. Well, he doesn't drink. Collector's item. Drinking it, taking shots or whatever. A couple hours later, Mary comes in. Mary. Mary, why you bugging? Yeah, my 80s. Yeah. Know all about it. Run DMC. Man. Wife comes in. He calm. Hey, how you doing, baby? Still acting normal. Still, every day, the way that he normally acts. Yeah, baby, I just, I had this going on and I had that going on and my day was fine. How was your day? And having a typical conversation that we typically have. Wow, she sees the bourbon bottle on the table, and in her mind, in Mary's mind, feels as though, I guess inadvertently, subconsciously, I guess, I don't know what actual word you want to use, but knew that something wasn't right, because these are collector's items for you. You never open these expensive bottles of bourbon. Yeah, you drink from time to time, but you're not even a big drinker. But you're drinking one of your most expensive, exclusive bottles of bourbon. Something's not right. But guess what? Since y'all ain't been sharing my videos, there will be a part 2. It's not to talk about everybody, say, but the individuals that haven't been, it's gonna be a part 2, man. I need y'all to like my videos if you like them. If you don't, unlike them. Just say this shit sucks. Comment, Ken, this shit sucks. Share, subscribe to the channel, and hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? It's amongst the first, or you're amongst the first rather, to receive. Let me hit y'all with part 2. Might hit you with a part 2 back to back. I don't know. I gotta look at the numbers, man. See, I only grow when you all help me grow. I can't just grow. YouTube goes on an algorithm. The more people that like, comment, subscribe, and share, YouTube pushes your videos out there more and more. But if you don't, guess what? They put you to the back burner. So when they put you to the back burner, if I come out with a part 1, they be like, well, Kens, why you didn't come with part 2? Well, if part 1 doesn't do numbers, guess what? When am I going to come with part 2? Move on to the next. But I definitely want to tell y'all what happened in this part 2. So I need y'all to start sharing my videos, man. Cash App is $. I'm not used to giving my Cash App out. $, Kens, KENZ 1000. $, KENZ 1000. I might put it on the screen, I might not. It's a whole lot that goes into just putting something basic as the $sign on the screen. But a lot of people don't know that unless you're a YouTuber. Whatever the case may be. Y'all like this video, man. Y'all let me know that you feeling me, and I'm gonna come with the part 2. Real Kens TV. Thank you all for viewing, man. And thank you all for the Cash Apps and everything that you've done as far as the situation that I endured. Been falsely arrested last week, taken to jail, having to spend the night in jail for just simply defending myself. And I never physically assaulted the dude. Not with my hands. I protected myself. And so many people looked out and sent Cash Apps, and because I had to make bond and lawyer fees and $ Kens, KENZ 1000. Man, y'all go back and check that video out. I think on the screenshot, or not the screenshot, but the thumbnail, Ken's going back to the pen. I'm not going back to the pen. It's misdemeanor. It's not anything, but it's a serious enough situation for me, because I never should even. I'm the victim. Y'all go check that video out. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pin it in the comment section, and y'all get a chance to see exactly what I'm speaking of. Real Kens TV.